What's up, Scyushi Squad? We are back in some more Trove. Oh god, so many crash screens. I know you guys love the loading screen mod as much as I do. It's probably the best mod in the entire game. No, there's a lot of really fantastic mods, including Chronicles Boss Radar mod, but seriously, it's beautiful. What is going on here? It's like cell shaded or something. Anyways, so what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to be talking about the test server. Of course, we're going to be going through the patch notes. Now, I'm sorry that I didn't have this video out yesterday. I know that you guys really wanted it then. I will admit that over these next couple days, if not the next couple weeks, I'm going to be particularly busy. I'm going to try my best to get videos out to you guys every single day. But it might not always end up being a Trove video. I just want you guys to know that, and I would appreciate if you end up giving my other videos a chance, supporting the channel and what have you, because I have slowly started the process of stockpiling my videos because and I'm gonna have another video that I'll talk about this in more detail. I'm getting married in October, and so I'm gonna take a week off because I'm gonna have like family and friends here. There's gonna be like 18 people or something. It's gonna be super duper noisy and a lot of fun, but it means that I won't be able to record or do anything. And so my point is that I'm trying to have these videos come out to you regularly, while at the same time I'm reserving content so that I can have that as scheduled uploads during my absence, so that you guys are still getting daily videos. Now, we're not going to necessarily talk about the Boomerangers changes in today's video, because we are most of all just going to focus on the rest of the patch notes. We already have a video that talks about the Boomer version 2, and he hasn't changed since then. But anyways, so there is going to end up being some pretty significant changes that I did want to end up including with you guys. So there is a new user experience. If we type /tutorial, this will take us to the start of the game. Apparently, they said the tutorial has undergone adjustments to improve flow and reduce points of confusion. So let's go through this verbatim, just because why not? The shadows are consuming this world. We can help you escape, but we are under attack. Oh, I suck. Oh, Cubesley, how dare you? So we end up doing WASD, use the mouse. Cubesley's gigantic. Good lord. What has happened to this man? Oh, it's safe, Trove. Put this item on. I can't put anything on. What the? Uh-oh. Can I respawn? I can't get out of here because it won't let me actually. Can I open the Atlas? Do I have to Alt F4? Devs. Oh my god. Nope. We're actually stuck. We actually never use the command /tutorial because apparently you get soft locked. I can't do anything because it wants me. Oh, there we go. Okay. Woo. Okay. So I was able to right click the bow. That's what it was trying to point me at. But since Trove is just kind of broken with its UI, that's why it messed up. Oh, that scared me, dude. I thought I was just stuck forever. Thank goodness it's the test server, so it doesn't matter. So the yellow arrows have been replaced with purple arrows for some reason. That's pink if I've ever seen it. Because if you haven't noticed, the glyph launcher, Trove is kind of rebranding to be purple. I wonder why. It's certainly not because my favorite color is purple. No, I sincerely do not think that that is why. But I'm all for it. I'm all for Trove's main color turning to purple instead of it being, you know, that weird puke gross green that they have. Oh my god, who was that? That was Toddstrom. He's a character you'll never see again. Why are there multiple Cubesleys? Okay, well, anyways, hey, stupid. Build your cornerstone. Go into build mode and... Okay, he wants me to place blocks now. Oh, but I'm still stuck and can't move, so... Uh-oh. Oh, I can build anywhere. Okay, thank God, because otherwise I would have been screwed. Because I can't build in my cornerstone unless... unless I used the command to open up my cornerstone. But anyways, I mean, it's pretty cool. Obviously, you guys have already seen the tutorial. This is like not anything impressive or anything. But at the very least, they did seem to streamline it for sure. So that's kind of cool. Hey, what's up? Defeat the bandolier and exit the cave. Okay, so they actually want us to mine more things, which is kind of neat. Honestly, dude, as much as I love this... why am I auto walking forward? That was weird. As much as I love the tutorial area, I wish that the rest of the game was like this. Like, this kind of sets a precedent, and then suddenly it's like, oh, hey, guess what? This is not what the rest of the game is anymore. And also, it seems I can pick up the arrows or I cannot pick them up. Anyways, this will send us to the hub. So they made it easier and more friendly to follow the starting quest by having markers on the compass and so on and so forth. Cubesley and many of his relatives have increased in size to become more noticeable, which, hey, I'll take it, whatever. Can I finally get out of here? How about go to World Team Pixel? There we go, that gets me out of here. So I guess that's the way you can unsoft lock yourself. But yeah, anyways, reduce the amount of shine in the Trove logo in the middle of the Trove hub, blah 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 blah. They got a bunch of, oh right, Team Pixel's not my club world on the test server. This is stolen by some scumbag. The Trove hub in general has a new graphical map to display different areas of the hub and their contents. Oh really? I want to check that out. I've never actually been to the hub on the test server, so that's pretty neat if they have that. Display different areas of the hub and their contents. The normal map displayed once outside of the Trove hub area. No. Is it because I'm using the minimap mod and it just doesn't show the updated map? It shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe there's a map somewhere. You guys can let me know. Otherwise, I don't really see it unless they're talking about these things. But okay, it's just weird. So anyways, Chaos Crafting Table updates. So you guys remember how we've teased this many times. There is a big oversight with Trove's development in general, because the Chaos Crafting Table, or the Chaos Chest more particularly, keeps adding more and more items into the game. I remember a very vivid, distinct conversation that I had with my brother, Johnny, when we were playing this game together and doing live streams together of Trove and so on and so forth. And I remember driving with him, and both of us were having a conversation because dragons were just being added to the game. And we were saying how, you know, them adding dragons is cool, but this is going to become a problem because as they add more dragons, the resources that are required in order to craft the dragons is going to end up becoming inflated and more expensive. That was us just talking about the dragons, not necessarily the Chaos Chest. The Chaos Chest is also going to end up being a very similar problem, but that is why, in my opinion, I feel that the dragon coins and dragons as a whole needs to be completely overhauled, because as we get more and more items added to the game, the resources become less and less approachable for new players. But anyways, the biggest point that we're getting at with the Chaos Crafter is that this crafting table, frankly speaking, there is just way too many items in this table, and so it starts to lag out the game if you don't have a powerful computer, or if you're on old generation consoles and stuff. And so what they've done to rectify this is add a Chaos Combinator, which is just another crafting table that has a bunch of costumes and classes and so on and so forth, until eventually one day this becomes too full and they have to add another one and another one and another one. And it's a perpetual problem that they need to like nip in the bud and resolve, because otherwise it's just going to get worse and worse. Also, yes, I am well aware that there is a bunch of new costumes. I'll have other videos that'll highlight those. Thank you very much. So anyways, they both, they basically just mentioned in the patch notes how they ended up separating the workbenches. They're in the hub area, and I guess we can end up crafting them ourselves from the novice and builder crafting benches. So we'll throw those into our club worlds for sure. They also just mentioned the different costumes that they ended up adding. They also added a bunch of new dungeons to the Geo Topside, Permafrost, and Dragonfire Peaks. There's a whole bunch of new styles, including a bunch of hat styles. That's always fun. There is a chimp hat style, a smiling crocodile, and there's a whole bunch that we're not going to end up necessarily showing today. Most of all, I'm just letting you guys know that there is a bunch of them and they sound stupendous. There is a bunch of new decoration items as well, like a dusky lantern, a tiny Goliath, which is going to end up being, I guess, a fungus Goliath or something. I don't know. These are all at the different workbenches and so on and so forth. But then there is the additional updates, and this is probably the largest section and most important section of the patch notes themselves. So anyways, let's get into it. So daily login quests during events now correctly give experience as they say they will. Okay, I guess they didn't give XP. I don't know. The maximum flux listing price on the marketplace. Check this out. Let's see if there's a Gonda on here. Come on, guys. 25 mil. There you go. It goes up to 50 mil now, which is fantastic and also terrifying because it means that the flux dupers will probably end up buying up all of the Gondas and then forcing them up to 50 mil. But more specifically, this is to address the fact that there are a lot of items in the game that players consider to be so extremely rare that they actually charge over 20 mil and the market only goes up to 25 mil or something like that right now in the live server. And so they ended up increasing this so that we can start seeing some of those rarer items actually in the market, because believe it or not, there are items that are more coveted than Gonda, most of all just because of their mastery, not because of their functionality or anything like that. Like Volatile Bounder, because nobody's buying those boxes, I'm expecting it's going to be very expensive, and you'll probably actually see it on the market now. So anyways, I'm going to kind of read a little bit ahead here so that I can pick and choose the bits of information that I feel are worth actually talking about. So there's a minor one. The Chloromancer's ability, Green Gatling, now does less damage to blocks. You know, I could see why that would be something worth mentioning. The Berserker emblem now displays V effects when flasks are consumed. Let me see. Because that's a little bit interesting because we've never actually had VFX for that, I don't think. There we go. So the VFX went over top of our character. So that, you know, that's kind of cool. Not that anyone's actually using that emblem. Enemies which spawn ice comets will now only change the terrain temporarily rather than just leaving ice permanently all over the ground. They also, you probably ended up noticing these beautiful emblems in the corner. Seriously, devs, oh my god, we gotta give them a golf clap here because this looks so cool, the sigils now. This looks like a true end game sigil. So they ended up mentioning that those have changed as well for the 40,000 KPR. Challenges asking players to complete dungeons in specific biomes will now correctly advance in U10 and U11 worlds, giving a 6 times bonus multiplier. I assume when they're talking about challenges, they mean dragon challenges. So maybe we can end up completing dragon challenges a lot faster. But again, dragon coins need overhauled. Delve Shadow Key fragments will now drop from U11 Geode Surface dungeons. I guess they didn't before. The small chests in Sundered Uplands 5-star dungeons can now also very rarely drop crystal gear. So those 5-star dungeons will become actually useful to farm. Not great compared to Geode Surface, but still really, really cool that they actually changed that. Thank God. The Rampage Challenge alert now displays correct requirements when inside delves or geode caves. Vines can now be seen and rarely looted from NPCs within the following delve biomes. So, Subnautic Passage, Toxic Tunnels, Outrageous Trove, and Delve. Do the devs not realize that nobody knows what the names of any of these things are? There's no codex in Trove that shows us all of this stuff, dude. It's like when an event refers to an enemy by name, and nobody but the developers know what the hell they're talking about. Apparently, there's 3 different types of vines. Okay, cool. Placeable signs will now have a wall-mounted texture, so we will let me see if I can actually get that right here. So the wall-mounted version, oh, okay, so it's the exact same sign, it just ends up going up to the wall, so that's nice. Each biome's workbench now appears on the outpost next to the quest giver. Additionally, a medieval Highlands outpost now has a quest giver as well. They also ended up adding a search function in workbenches, it says. I don't know where that is, because I don't... Maybe one of my mods is conflicting. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. So again, keeping in mind that this is the test server, so a lot of this stuff is subject to change, and maybe there'll end up being more things, and we'll probably end up having to do another one of these patch notes videos when the update actually ends up going live. But consider this a sneak peek. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want, support the channel. Oh, hi, Mark, and have a wonderful day, everybody.